Hello and welcome back, everyone. Getting ready to start another repair. So welcome back to the repair bench. This is another Tempest set. And I just got it hooked up, made sure nothing was shorted out. Hooked my power supply up to it and got it all ready to go. And I set my 5 volts at 5 volts. So we got a perfect 5 volts to the board set right now. And you can see here we got just a dot on the screen, nothing going on. If I take my logic probe here, which I got me a nice old HP 10525, logic probe, which I bought it on eBay as working, and I got it back. I got it home and it did not work. The lamp was burnt out of it, so I found a source for the lamps. And I put a new lamp in it, and now it works perfect. So I just got tired of that loud, annoying loud one. I just want to see flashing. I just want to make sure things are toggling. You know, I don't need to hear a bunch of racket. So that's why I wanted this, and I'm happy I got it. But if we go on the reset pin, you can see it is resetting. So this thing is in a reset state, and we've got our read-write signal here. This is the clock generated by the CPU. This is going off the CPU as well, I believe. And this is, no, one of those goes to the CPU, I think. Halt. Here's 6 megahertz. You can see it's toggling. Yep. So we got some stuff going on, but there's some stuff not going on too. So I think what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to verify that the ROMs are all okay. I think I'm going to pull them out, put them in my reader, dump them, verify them, and go from there. I could always just put the fluke on it, but yeah, I don't know. How about I'll think about it. I think what I want to do is I just want to dump the ROMs and check them that way first. Make sure that they're good, and then if I have a problem, if they're all good, then I'll put the fluke on it, and we'll see what's going on, why the program won't run. Maybe it's got bad RAM. Probably got bad RAM. We'll see. Alright guys, well, I have pulled all of these ROMs. I've verified them all. They're all good. And I cleaned all of the legs really nice. So we're good to go there. CPU I cleaned. I guess I could pop a new CPU in it just to eliminate that as a problem. I think I will do that. Just eliminate that as being a problem, as if it's bad. But after I do that, if it's still doing the same thing, nothing, then we'll have to start doing some actual looking at some parts in the schematic and to the decoding, and I'm not getting anything. Even when I put it into, it's in test right now, and I hit the reset, it isn't doing anything. So it kind of tells me that it's not even getting to the ROM code. So it could be a bad CPU. So that would be the first thing I try. Let's go ahead and do that, swap that out. Okay, so I have put a new processor in it. Here's the old one. And we're getting the same thing, nothing going on. It's in test right now. Hit reset. And get nothing. So this thing is just dead. So I would like to put the fluke on it, but I can't right now because I had to borrow the 6532 processor out of my 6502 pod and put it in something else, and I sold that something else So now I have no 6532 processors. So I'm going to buy some, wait for those. So I'm not going to be using the Fluke on this repair. So I will be, we'll just analyze through some decoding and stuff and find out what's going on. Yeah, I've bought some 6532s, so that's kind of weird looking, isn't it? Is there something weird going on there? Some kind of weirdness underneath there. It's just a dirty, nasty chip. But yeah, let's go ahead, pull a schematic out and go over the decoding and kind of make sure everything's looking like it's doing something. Well guys, I think I have found a major issue on this board. This thing can either run 2716s EPROMs or 2532 EPROMs based on these jumpers. These jumpers are jumped for this thing to have 2532s in it. So this is not the original ROM set that was in this board, I don't believe. Because I don't think that was, no, I see flux. I think that was changed. I think these guys were taken out of here and put over here for some reason. So I need to take these and put them back over here. This will not run like this. So those need to come out and come over here. Yep. Hey guys, I went ahead and put a couple jumpers in where they're supposed to be and turned it on. And look at that. Just like that. So that is all that was wrong with this one. Was the jumpers were in the wrong place. But we got, there's some maintenance work I am going to do on this. These have not been touched right here. The pins underneath, I'm going to desolder these, both of them, and then resolder both of the connectors. I've already cleaned all the ROMs. These sockets are okay. These are those gold-plated dual wipe sockets. They're not bad. We'll have to do a trackball test, sound test, and all that. But since we've got our video going good here, I'm going to put it up on the monitor here. See what we get. Okay guys, I went ahead and shot the pots with deoxit real quick and worked them back and forth, loosen them up, clean them up. And I got the game on the monitor and it looks beautiful. And I have gone through and done all the tests. I have not done the trackball test. But all of the sounds work, all the buttons work. And I'll hook up my trackball to it and do that really quick and then do maintenance on the pin connectors and call this one good. So I won't bore you with that. It's just kind of academic at this point. I'm going to go ahead and resolder these two guys. I'm going to do a trackball test. I just plug my trackball into here and that's going to do it for this one. Simple repair. All I did was clean the legs on all the ROMs. I verified they were good and cleaned them really good. And switched the jumpers. They were set up to run 2532 EEPROMs. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and maybe the next one will be a little bit more challenging, but we'll see you then. Peace.